had always been a street-smart cat. She lived alone in a small alley, a space she had claimed as her own. Food was scarce, but she had become an expert at finding scraps. The streets were full of dangers, but over time, Mara had learned how to survive. One rainy evening, as she was prowling for food, Mara noticed something unusual, footsteps that didn't belong. A man was walking through the alley, his heavy boots splashing through the puddles. He wasn't a regular pedestrian. Mara knew instantly that something was off about him. She kept her distance, moving silently until she saw the rifle slung over his shoulder and the traps he was setting up in the alley. Mara froze. This man was a hunter, and she knew hunters only had one goal: to catch animals. She had heard the rumors of hunters who trapped and took animals to sell or harm them. Panic gripped her heart. She had a family now, a small kitten she had rescued from a trash heap just weeks ago. If this hunter found her, what would happen to her baby? She needed to move fast. Mara stayed hidden in the shadows as the man set his traps. She watched carefully, her mind racing with ideas. She couldn't just run away. She had to outsmart him, do what it took to protect herself and her family. As the man turned away, distracted by his work, Mara darted across the alley, but not fast enough. The hunter spotted her, and before she could react, a net fell over her. She struggled and hissed, trying to escape, but the net tightened with every move she made. The hunter grinned, advancing toward her with a smug expression. "You're a fighter, aren't you?" he said, crouching down to secure her. "I like a challenge." Mara's heart raced, but she refused to give up. She wasn't just fighting for herself, she was fighting for the kitten waiting at home. The little one was still too young to fend for itself. If the hunter caught her, there would be no one left to protect it. As the man reached down to tighten the rope, Mara stopped struggling. She needed to think. The more she fought, the tighter the net became. So she relaxed her body, allowing the net to shift just enough. The hunter thought she was defeated, but Mara was calculating her next move. With a sudden surge of strength, she twisted her body, slipping through a small gap in the net. The hunter barely had time to react as Mara sprinted into the darkness of the alley. She was free, but only for now. The man cursed and lunged after her, but Mara was already darting through the alley, keeping her distance. She led him on a wild chase through the maze of streets, dodging and weaving through tight corners and narrow passages. The hunter was losing ground, but he wouldn't give up. Finally, Mara reached the edge of the alley where a rusted car sat abandoned. It was the perfect spot for her plan. She darted behind the car, waiting. The hunter came around the corner, thinking he had trapped her. But Mara was ready. With one swift leap, she jumped onto his back, her claws outstretched. He yelped in pain, stumbling backward. The rifle he was holding fell to the ground as he tried to shake her off. Mara didn't let go. She scratched and clawed, forcing the man to lose his balance. He fell backward, hitting the ground with a loud thud. His grip on the net loosened, and Mara was able to break free once again. She didn't waste time. The hunter was no longer a threat, and Mara didn't stick around to see what he would do next. She turned and ran, heading straight for the place where the kitten waited. She couldn't leave the little one alone for too long. When Mara arrived at her hideout, the kitten was exactly where she had left it, curled up and safe. The young cat looked up with wide eyes as Mara padded in. The two shared a quiet moment, the bond between them stronger than ever. Mara had fought hard to protect her family, and she wouldn't stop now. The hunter had underestimated her. He thought he could catch her, but Mara was no ordinary cat. She had learned how to survive on the streets, and with her quick thinking and determination, she had outsmarted him. And in the end, it was Mara who walked away victorious, her family safe, and the hunter left behind in defeat.